Hi everybody, welcome back to Diamond Meemaw Sparkles. This is Jennifer, doing just a little quick whip and chat. I had recently just posted a little video of some things, some small projects that I've gotten from different places. So this is a project I got from Diamond Art Club. It is one of their small easels that they have, and I went ahead and took it out of the package, but I'll go over everything that's in here real quick so you guys can see it. So the easel I'm starting with says good vibes only. And let's see if this is a little sticker. Oh, that is a little sticker. Awesome. So I can put that in my little sticker book. And then it's also got the little stickers you can use to put on your containers if you want to use containers. I probably will not use containers. I'll just dump them in my tray one at a time and do it that way. So there's that piece. And then there's a little tips and tricks. And a thank you for your purchase. This is my first one I've gotten like this, so I am certainly excited about it. So you can open it up and it has a little scan code so you can join their Facebook group. Or if this is your first time, if you don't have the app and you download the app and order, even if you've had the app for a long time and you've never ordered anything through the app, you can scan this and you can get 25% off your first order that you order through the app. And then this just tells you step-by-step instructions on how to diamond paint if you've never diamond painted. So there's that. And then here's our toolkit. A lot of you guys have probably already seen this toolkit. I never have. So okay, let me back up. I have seen them on other videos, but I haven't had one personally yet. This is my first one of their new kits. So I'm excited to look at that. Oh yeah. So here is their new pin they have in there. This is, I believe, a 3 or 4 placer. I think it's a 4 placer on the end of that. And then I think this just, oh my gosh. Katie, where's your video when I need it? Or Shay, there we go. That just pulls off of there. And you can, I believe you turn it. I'm gonna have to mess with this for a little bit before I show you guys for sure how this works. You guys probably already know. But you can use this for single placing or multi-placing. I will leave that alone. It comes with extra baggies you can use to kit up into or store drills into. And then it comes with this cute little tray. Ooh, I really like this little tray. Also comes with a 7 placer and some wax if you prefer to use wax, and some extra putty as well. So there's those things. And then here are the drills. So let's check it out. Again, this is good vibes only. Excuse the crinkling. I am so sorry. There are only 4 colors on here, and they're round drills. So we have the white. I can't tell if these are fairy dust or not. But we've got white, yellow. Here's some ABs, and then the blue. So there's those. So we're going to get started on this. So this comes off the easel. I'm actually going to use, how do I get this easel to work? Jennifer. I'm just a little slow. I'm actually going to use this one at my new job because it says good vibes only, and I feel like that would be a pleasant one to have in there. So there's that. So I'm going to set that easel out of the way. And we're going to do this diamond painting together. Let me grab me a tray. So I'm going to use this tray from Firefly, and it has who it's from on the end of it. And then it also has which one I ordered. It's the Inferno Nano. This is the one I really like the most. The lids come off really easy, so you could store them in there. It doesn't shake off. And then it has a place where you can set your pen in it. I've never used that, and I don't think I ever would. And then it also has this little trash tray in here you can use. It pops out if you wanted to. Your spout, this is my favorite part of this tray probably. Plus the high edges, but this is probably my favorite part. So there's a little, a little knob on the end to open and close it so that your drills won't come out, and then you open it to get your drills out. So there is that. So this is one we're going to use for today. My single placer is from Diamond Art Club, and this is the first time that I've ever used one of their metal tip placers, so I'm excited to try it out. And I'm not sure where I got this pin at. I think I got it from somebody off Facebook. I don't believe they have an Etsy shop. They just sell on Facebook. So I will find it and I will link it on this video underneath the descriptions below. So we'll put that on there. But let's get started on this. So I'm going to take the plastic cover off. And yep, it is very, very sticky. So let's just start with, let's do the outside first, I think. And that is all number 2, which is the blue. So let me get that opened up here. So how are you guys all doing? Please leave me a comment. Let me know how you are. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm not going to dump all of those in there. There's some static in there, so I'm just going to set it aside. But I hope you guys are doing great. There, got my drills all shaken down in there. So I've been doing pretty good. I haven't been on for a while. Oh, this actually looks like I could maybe multi-place. Maybe. No, because those kind of go at an angle. That's all right. I'll single place. No big deal. So kind of a little bit about what's going on with me, because I haven't been on here for a while. I actually created a video, and I ended up having to do it in 2 parts. Because my dog started talking to me in the middle of one, so I had to pause it and then do another one, and then I can figure out how to connect them. So I might have got a little bit irritated with it and said the heck with it, only I'm pretty sure I might have used a few choice words and decided not to download it. So we will get caught up on this video. So I have been doing fairly well. Let's talk about my mom and dad. If you haven't watched any of my videos before, my dad was recently admitted to hospice services, probably around a month ago, somewhere around in there. Primarily because he had, his dementia had progressively gotten worse. He wasn't eating as well. He was needing more help with, getting dressed, those kind of things. He definitely lost some weight. So hospice came out and evaluated him and admitted him to hospice services. So anytime anybody gets admitted to hospice services, a physician has to say that they feel like or don't believe, maybe start over, sorry. that basically if his disease continues to progress at a normal rate, that he could possibly have less than 6 months to live. And that is part of the criteria needed for somebody to go on hospice. So I'm not sure what his admitting diagnosis was, but it was all related to his dementia. I went down and seen him, gosh, I want to say, these glue dots are going to make me mad here in just a minute. I went down probably, it's been about a week and a half ago, actually. Me and my daughter went down with her 2 kids and then another one of my grandsons. And they are 7, 8, and 9 years old. And oh gosh, you guys, I'm gonna have to take these glue dots out of here. I am so sorry. I'm gonna have to use some wax, I think. So I'm gonna pop this out. I just put it in there, so I'm gonna pop it out, and I'm going to use this nice little wax they had in here with it. So when we got there, it was obvious that my dad had no idea who I was. But of course, you know, we do what we call reorienting him. Not that he remembered, but let him know who I was. He also did not recognize my daughter. And of course, then not the grandkids either. So that's always a little heartbreaking, but you know, I'm very thankful that I understand the disease process, and so I try not to be surprised by it, and it's not that I'm surprised by it at all. It just, you know, it's you hate to see when your parents don't recognize you anymore. But he was doing really well. He actually stayed awake our whole visit, which is new because normally he sleeps the whole time. But I think part of that was because he really enjoyed watching the grandkids play. They all had tablets, so they were looking at a tablet together. They did a little bit of wrestling around. So he stayed awake the whole time watching them. Me, my daughter, and my mom, we sat in the dining room and played some cards because my mom really likes to play cards. So we played cards, and my dad was in the living room, which both rooms are right next to each other. And my dad would holler out, "Phyllis, Phyllis," and he would say that over and over again. Well, Phyllis is his sister, who has passed away. He's actually the last one of my grandparents' children that is still living. All of his other siblings have passed away. So finally, you know, we would answer him, "Yeah, what do you want?" But he would just still keep kind of hollering Phyllis. So my daughter jumped up and she went in there and she's like, "Well, yeah, Larry, what do you want?" Pretending like she was Phyllis. And he says, "You really need to keep an eye on these boys and make sure they're okay." And she's like, "Oh yeah, they're fine." And he would continue watching them and he would talk to them. And we had already told one of my grandsons, the oldest one who's 9, we had told him, you know, Papa Larry's going to say some things that don't make sense and are going to be kind of odd, but just kind of agree with him and just kind of go along with him. So my dad would say to them something along the lines of, "Are you boys going to go ride horses with me? Or are you going to go out and feed the colts?" And of course, you know, my grandsons would be like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And it was really weird because we haven't had horses since the summer before my freshman year. So that would have been back in '79, I believe. And even at that, I really don't remember my dad even riding horses that much. We did have a horse that one or two different horses that we did ride on occasion, that I rode on occasion. I had one that I rode on occasion until I got bucked off and hit my head, and then I never got on it again. But other than that, it's not like my dad was out riding horses all the time. So it was kind of odd, but yeah, so it was a nice visit. It was a good day. He actually ate, he didn't eat a lot, but he did eat a piece of pizza for lunch. Excuse me for my dog barking. I apologize. And then Mom and I and my daughter, we just played some cards and had a good time. And then of course came back home. So Mom's doing okay. You can see it in her face. She's getting tired and she's wore out, but she's not getting tired of taking care of my dad, that's for sure. So he has had a couple falls in the last week, where my sisters had to go up and help get him up off the floor. One time when he fell, I guess he had been up, I think this was last Thursday. Today is Wednesday. So he'd been up, moving around a lot, walking around the house, kind of getting into stuff, just kind of all over the place. And I don't know if he got mad at Mom before or what, but he had walked into their bedroom and went around the corner of the bed and ended up falling. So he had a skin tear on his arm. Well, my mom, he's got some pain medicine. So Mom had, they were waiting on my sister to come, my mom had gotten him a pain pill and another pill he can have for anxiety. And I guess when she tried to give it to him, he knocked the pills out of her hand and then hit her. Not sure where he hit her at. When I had called to check on my mom and see how she was doing, I told her, I heard Dad had hit her, and she says, oh, he just shoved me a little bit. So I don't know how hard he hit her or anything like that, but my sister, when she went up there, said she was doing okay. My dad was not abusive or anything like that growing up, so I'm sure it's probably hard for my mom to see him like that. But luckily my mom worked in the healthcare field for several years as well and worked around dementia patients, so I think she knows and kind of understands the progression of his disease. So so that's a little bit about them. Then as far as my children go, I've talked on my channel a little bit about all of them and kind of what they do. My son is still in jail, and he is, they've postponed court a couple of times, but I think he goes back to court. I think he's supposed to go to court November, the first week of November, I believe, maybe the second week. So he's in there for a parole violation. So we'll find out what his destiny, I guess you could say, is going to be from there. He's definitely going to have to go do some more time in prison. We're just hoping that maybe they send him to a prison that's near us. Last time he was in prison, he was in one of the worst prisons down in Texas. So we're hoping that he will, they'll sentence him and keep him here in Kansas, since it's more than likely going to be a shorter sentence, like maybe a year, maybe 2 at the most. So we'll see. But that's our hope. And last time I talked to him, he was in fairly good spirits. I think he has his good days and his bad days. He does have a diagnosis of schizophrenia, so his mood does fluctuate sometimes. Sometimes he's up and sometimes he's down, but recently, every time I've talked to him, he's been in a pretty good mood, so that's good. He usually calls every Sunday. He does Sunday check-in because I call my kids every weekend. Well, I talk to them more than that, the girls, but even when John was out, though, I would call them definitely every Sunday and check on them, see how they were doing. Just kind of, get caught up on them, see how they're doing, let them know how we're doing. So since I can't call him, he calls me every Sunday and does a Sunday check-in, so which is kind of cool. It's kind of nice to hear from him, and I'm glad he does that. My oldest daughter, Cindy, she's doing well. She's the one that works at the same company I do. She's a nurse, and she's one of our on-call nurses, and she works nighttime. So she's on call 7 days in a row, and she's on call during the week from 5 p.m. till 8 in the morning, and then she's on call all weekend. So she loves her job. And they treat her very, very, very well. So I'm glad she's got her a good job. Anyway, so really nothing too much going on with her that I can think of. Nope, everything's good with her and her husband. And then my youngest daughter, Selma, she also works in healthcare, but she's a CNA and she's also a med aid, but she right now her job is kind of like a supervisory position. So basically when patients who live at home or in assisted living need home health services, primarily, I think just CNAs is what she kind of handles. But she gets their schedules set up for them, for the patients, and then for the staff to go out and do whatever it is, whether it be give a bath. Sometimes I think they do some homemaking stuff like vacuuming, making bed. I don't know if they do laundry or not. Maybe medication reminders. Just different stuff like that. So she's in charge of getting those schedules set up for the patient and then getting staff scheduled to go in and see the patients. She's been doing that for, gosh, maybe 3 years now, but she really likes it a lot and she's doing really well. So she has 2 of my grandsons, the one that's 9 and the one that's 8. They're doing pretty good. The 8-year-old is the one that's got autism. His name is Jonathan, or we call him Tuttles. I'm really not sure how he got that name, but that was his nickname he got when he was younger. And he's doing pretty good. He's in the 2nd grade, I think. I don't think he's 3rd grade. Noah's in the 4th grade. I think Jonathan's 2nd grade. But he has trouble with transitions. So like when it's time to get out of the car and go to school, or leave school and come get in the car, he has trouble with those sometimes. So Selma, my daughter, drops him off at school Monday through Thursdays. And he's gotten recently where he doesn't want to get out of the car and go into the school. So yesterday she called me and had me talk to him. We FaceTimed, and I was able to talk him into getting out of the car and going into school. And then this morning she called again, and he wouldn't get out of the car, but he also wouldn't get out of the car for me. So we had to get Papa Vel on the phone, and Papa talked to him, and he got out of the car and went right into school and was good and wasn't mad or anything. So Sometimes I wonder if he does it because he just wants to talk to somebody else. I don't know. And then on Friday mornings, I take him to school. And I've had a few incidences where I've had problems getting him out of the car. I will oftentimes turn trolls on my phone and let him hold my phone, and I can get him out of the car that way and walk up to the school, and then he'll give me my phone back once he gets up, to the door. And then he'll stand in the little area where you go into the school and look out the window and just wave at us until he doesn't see us anymore. It's so cute. And then he comes to my house. Him and Noah both come to my house on Thursdays and Fridays after school. And then the other days of the week, he goes to they go to my oldest daughter's house because their mom doesn't get off work until 5 o'clock. So, and of course she can take off early, when she needs to. But we try to, between Cindy and I, we try to help her out by picking the kids up after school so she's not shorted hours, since she's a single mom raising 2 kids by herself. So that's the update on them. And then for me, I'm doing well. I think in my couple videos ago, I actually had posted that I interviewed for a position, or was thinking about interviewing for a position with another hospice company. I had a friend who actually used to be a supervisor of mine who had kept trying to get me to apply for this position, which is a supervisory position. It's a director position. And I was like, oh, I don't really know if I want to do that again. I was the director of nursing in a long-term care facility for 10 years. The assistant director of nursing for about 6 years before that, and then a manager before that. So it's, kind of been nice not managing staff. And I was like, I just don't know. I did, about a year ago, I guess it was, I did take a position, a little over a year ago. I took a position with another hospice company and was their director of clinical services. And I really liked it, actually. The issue is it was out of town. My job was just over an hour away from me, and I really didn't know the area all that well. And it was just hard adapting to working out of town. I didn't know anything about the facilities there. I just didn't know a lot in that area. If you told me that we had a new patient coming on in this one nursing facility in this town that we serviced, I'd have been like, okay, now where is that at? And which one of the nurses is closest to that area that would be their case manager? I mean, I just didn't know the area. So I decided to leave that position, and where I came back to work for the current company I work at now. But I went back and so I did go ahead and applied for the job, got an interview, and interviewed with human resource director first, the corporate human resource person, and interviewed with them, and then did a second interview with the regional, I really don't know what their title is. It's not really director of nursing, but it's the director of clinical services, regional manager person. Anyway, so I interviewed with her, and it went really well, and I was offered the position. And so I did accept that position. So I will be starting there on the 14th, which is next Monday, and I'm super excited about it. The position is Manager of Clinical Services is the title. So it is primarily an office job, but it's managing the business. So, you know, making sure charting's getting completed, help with referrals, possibly even have to go out to do an admission maybe once in a while. But different duties. I'm not going to have a caseload. I'm not going to be going out and seeing patients on a daily basis, which I will definitely miss some because I do build relationships with my patients. So I'm definitely going to miss the patients that I've been caring for and their families. But I'm sure I'll get to see some patients once in a while. We'll just kind of see how things go. And I guess I can always go out with a nurse or a nurse aide or the chaplain or whoever and go see patients just to go out and say hi and check on them, see how they're doing, and see if, you know, they got any concerns or anything. But yeah, I'm really excited. So my husband and I, this last Saturday, we went to Kansas City, which is about an hour away from where we live, and did some clothes shopping because my the dress code is casual business or casual dress. So we went and did some clothes shopping and got me some new clothes to wear, which I'm very excited about. Because of course in my position now I wear scrubs all the time. So we did that on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. And got me clothes to get started with anyway. So that's kind of things with my job. Not that I just want to reiterate, it's not that I don't like what I'm doing now, but it does give me an opportunity to get back in management, as well as, you know, I'm not getting any younger, so having a job where it's not quite as physical will be beneficial. And, you know, I'm probably going to retire in about 15 years, the Lord willing anyway, and having, you know, this is a job that I could do for 15 years, so I'm excited about it. So enough about that. My husband's doing great. He's just a wonderful, wonderful man. Sometime I'll talk about my history and my relationships, so maybe you'll kind of get an idea where I've been and where I'm at now. But he's doing really well. He's working right now. Trying to think what else has been going on. I really haven't done anything. Just doing some diamond painting. The other diamond painting I've been working on is Heaven's Child, I think, or I can't remember what it's called. I think it's Heaven's Child by Diamond Art Club. So I'm almost done with that. I think I got like 6 or 7 little sections left to do. So after I get this completed, I will go back to that and work on that for a while. And then I want to start working on some of the other little projects that I bought from Michael's, from Hobby Lobby. And then I have more of these to do as well. But I want to start working on some of the Christmas stuff. I got some Christmas cards I need to do, some ornaments, that kind of stuff. So I'll be working on those probably after I finish Heaven's Child, or do some of that and take a break, you know, whatever. It is hard to, I watched some videos of some of the creators, and I'm like, dang it, they've completed 3 projects, 3 paintings this month, and I haven't even completed one. What the heck? So I'm going to try and throw in some smaller projects here and there just to make me feel good, so I can say I didn't complete a painting, but I did complete this. So there's that for you. It'll make me feel good. And that's all that matters, right? I mean, not really. I want you guys to feel good too. So, trying to think what else I've been doing. I worked yesterday. Today's Wednesday. Like I said, I worked today and I worked Monday and Tuesday, of course. I have had actually 3 of my patients just pass away within the last week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I had a patient pass this morning, early in the morning. And then I had another patient who passed away last week. And then another one probably within 5 to 7 days before that. So I've lost several patients. So right now I'm down to like 9 patients, but I did hear that they have hired another nurse to replace me, which I'm excited about. I know the nurse that they've hired. She's going to do great. She hasn't done hospice before, but she's an excellent nurse, and I think she's going to do a wonderful job. So she'll be a great addition to their team. Let's see. These drills have all been pretty good. They've been sticking fine. No concerns with this little project here. So I know it's not Halloween yet, but it's coming around the corner. Do you guys have plans for Halloween? Do you even participate in Halloween? I know a lot of people, don't. I really don't anymore. I mean, I did when I was younger. It's not really anything to do with beliefs or anything, but we usually just buy our grandkids some candy and give it to them. I don't even pass out candy anymore. My husband and I, not this last year, but the year before, had bought a bunch of candy and had absolutely not one single person come by the house except for grandkids. And they didn't even come by the house because we gave them candy before that. So not one person came by the house. So last year we just turned the porch light off and we did not pass out any kind of candy. So it's too expensive to go buy a bunch of candy and then have a bunch left over. So I don't want to be tempted, and my grandkids, that would be way too much candy for my grandkids. So we will not pass out candy this year. Last year, I actually went with my daughter to take the kids trick-or-treating. So if she wants me to do that again this year, I will. I think if I remember right, last year I just primarily followed behind them in the car. And then I had to get out a few times and help, with Jonathan, because he would get frustrated and he'd want to play with the decorations in the yard, or wouldn't want to go to the next house, or wouldn't want to leave the house we were at, whatever. So I did have to help her a little bit, but so I'll probably go with her again this year. Then we'll have Thanksgiving, and my husband and I really haven't talked about what we were going to do for the holidays. So for me personally, I think I would like to go back home for Thanksgiving and Christmas both this year. When I say back home, it's not that far away. It's about 3 hours from here. It does make it for a long day when you have to drive it all in one day, but I'll probably go, like I said, I haven't talked to my husband about it, but I think I would like to go back home for Christmas and Thanksgiving both, just because it could possibly be my dad's last Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I would definitely like to spend it with him. Just over the last few years, my sister has started doing Christmas and Thanksgiving at her house. Of course, my mom used to do it. And then my sister started doing it just because her house was larger and, you know, to give mom a break. So I'm guessing they'll do Thanksgiving at my sister's again. Maybe even my nephews. My nephew from California had moved back a little over a year ago, I believe it was, and they have a nice size house too. And so maybe they'll do it over at their house as well. I'm not sure, but wherever they do it on that side of the family, we'll probably go back home for Christmas and Thanksgiving both. But we'll see. But, other than that, not much to talk about. I'm usually not one that's doesn't have much to say. Normally I can find something to talk about, but I need to start taking notes of what I do from day to day, or how things have been going, or whatever, so I can have more to talk about when I do a little whip and chat. But I'm going to go ahead and stop this video for now, and we'll catch up again, hopefully sooner than later, and see how everybody's doing. So please don't hesitate to leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Again, if you need prayers, please let me know. I would love to keep you in my prayers. And let me know what you're working on. We'll go from there. So thank you again for watching this video. Please don't hesitate to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and you'll get notifications of when I post videos so you can watch them. And we will talk soon. We'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.